Listener discretion advised.
Podcast presents information based on theory and conjecture. The creator's purpose is to suggest some possible explanation, but not necessarily the only ones to the mysteries we will examine. Remember, everything that you hear from this podcast comes from sources on the internet, and remember, if it's on the internet, it should be taken with a grain of salt and judge it by your own discretion.
Something wrong with the world, the perception led you to research and ask questions, and those questions led you to answers which led you here, to this small pocket dimension in the dark corner of the multiverse. Welcome to the Of Dark Matters podcast, where we discuss topics of the occult, conspiracy, paranormal, and world news. And now, your hosts, MoJoE the Mad and Dr.Clutch.
There are those who will tell you the universe is governed by laws, predictable laws, rational laws. They'll tell you reality is stable, that history is fixed, that the voices coming through the radio at 3 in the morning are only interference. But you know better, because you did the research, you saw the signs. The stars and planets and align like tumblers inside a cosmic lock. You followed the fragments of forbidden information through the dead message boards and declassified files with missing pages and half-broken transmissions that sounded less like broadcasts and more like invitations. And eventually, against all probability and perhaps against your better judgment, you found the doorway, and it led you here. To this small live studio in a pocket dimension hidden in a dark corner of the multiverse, where time leaks through the ceiling like rainwater and truth is treated like contraband. This is a place beyond nations, beyond algorithms, beyond the reach of polite society and its carefully manufactured reality. A place where the paranormal is just science and the authorities buried it in concrete decades ago. Where conspiracies breed like insects beneath the floorboard of civilization, where the occult survives not because it's ancient, but because it works. Tonight, the headlines crawl across the screen like coded warnings. Markets collapse. Satellites vanish. Politicians smile too perfectly. And somewhere in the desert, something old wakes up beneath the sand. Somewhere else, a man stares at the moon and suddenly remembers he never lived a life he never lived. Presiding over this cheerfully descent into cosmic uncertainty are your hosts, wandering archivists of the bizarre, smugglers of the forbidden ideas, and broadcasters of transmitting illegally from the far side of consensus reality. Welcome to the place where paranoia and prophecy shake hands in the dark. Welcome to the Of Dark Matters podcast. Remain seated, remain silent, remain skeptical, and whatever you do, if the walls begin whispering your name, whisper back carefully. Did you get the memo? Welcome everybody to the Of Dark Matters podcast. I am MoJoE the Mad. I am your host, and with me is Dr.Clutch. Yes.
Yes.
And we are back. We are back for another show. So without further ado, let's open up that sci-fi door. getting no sound from the sci-fi door. There we go.
Well, there it
there
is.
we go.
That's a
There's
quiet
the
door.
sci-fi. Yeah, that's a real quiet door. Okay.
I've always
well,
wondered
there we
if,
go.
you know,
Thank you. Thank you.
mentioned
Yes.
further ado, and I've always wondered if there's any further ado.
Further it out, yes. But
Further ado or
what
further
you
ado?
can guarantee is we will still steer you wrong. And we have lots of information here that you shouldn't pay attention to at all. Not a single thing, but we have quite the show with you nonetheless. And we are excited to be here. So before we go into anything further, as we got into the sci-fi door, we can go into a little segment we like to call How Was Your Week? Yes, how was your week, my friend? How was everything going? How was since the last show we had? Oh, and by the way,
Pretty
we're gonna have a guest tonight, guest host. Give me a second.
Couldn't
He couldn't make it.
couldn't do it.
Nah,
Couldn't make
happens.
It
Happens. Whatever. We'll move on.
We
So,
will.
how was your week?
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Boy, things move fast. Things move very fast. So I've mentioned my kitchen and living room are being remodeled after a flood I had earlier in the year, and we are making progress. I have kitchen and living room floors I'm very excited about, and I just got some countertops put in yesterday. Very excited about that. So it's starting to look not just normal, but it looks way better than it did when I first moved in. So I'm happy where that's going. Did some water skiing yesterday. That went well, even though I was sleep deprived. Got 3 runs in. And I even had a water ski dream last night, this morning, whatever. And that was pretty interesting. I was actually being pulled by some kind of military jet or helicopter of some kind across Mission Bay.
Yeah.
More details to it than that, but that's sort of one of the themes in the dream. And then what else happened? I've been having good luck with AI recently. Very good luck.
Oh, you have.
Yeah,
With our
I've been-
soon-to-be masters, yes.
Yeah, I'm working with the masters, and I was able to design a cheetah on a trick ski doing a flip. It was a cartoon cheetah. It looks very good. And you've never seen this. It's so cool. No one has seen this before. No one has seen it. It's new to the entire internet. Not even Chester Cheetah has done any trick like this before. So we're putting cheetahs on a whole new level of wake sports and
Nice.
acrobaticisms and what have
Oh,
you. Yeah. It took, you would think, oh, hey, I did all the work for you, but I'll tell you, like, it takes some work to like get the prompt just right, because sometimes it'll put like the tail in the wrong place, too many ears, the head won't be turned right. It doesn't know what a trick ski looks like, and you have to be very specific with your prompt to get everything to look bitchin'. And so there'll be a lot of rough drafts you got to throw out. Yes, AI
Yep.
trash.
Yeah.
But, when you get that final design, you're just like, red. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Still trying to figure out these camera angles like magic. Yes. So, how was my week?
Yes. How was your week?
Well, it started off with the garage not opening. And when the garage didn't
not
open,
open?
yeah, the crowd didn't want that. Yeah.
Your
Garage didn't open.
Do you have a car?
I couldn't open it. I couldn't open it manually because
Couldn't
it was
open it manually.
300 pounds, and
Shit,
between
man.
me, it was stuck, and my car was in there, and I couldn't get the car out for over the weekend until someone could come on Tuesday of this week, I had to crunch down all my jobs at work just to be able to meet with this guy so that I could get this done. And let me just tell you, there's a little paranormal element to this shit, right? Or an AI element, yeah. So anyway, as we're calling for different people over the phone in the family room, and TV's on and whatnot, right? Calling for different people to come out and look at our garage door to be able to open it, right? We found out that we should never go for an emergency service, because if they do an emergency service, they're going to charge you $700 and something plus whatever wages, right?
Yeah.
Versus like we paid $381 to get it fixed, right?
Jesus, it's still a lot of money.
Well, I mean, I asked him, like, could this be done manually? He's all, yeah, a couple big dudes can push this up in the case of an emergency, and you could do it manually, but it was a spring that was missing, and I couldn't get my garage door open. We were going to go see a movie, me and Silva, and it didn't work out. So the weekend was just spent at home, and you know, yeah, it's all right. I had 3 days of crunch, and I couldn't finish everything that I had on my plate, but this next week I don't have any obstructions. So
what was the paranormal element?
Okay, it's not paranormal. I think it's fully AI.
But
so as I'm on the phone, right? On the phone. My roommate comes up, my friend Vladimir, my roommate, and Silva's upstairs. And as we're talking, and I'm trying to get bid for companies to come out and see when they could come out on a Sunday, which was, it's not going to happen. Oh shit! Yeah, really. On the TV, the name of the company that's on my door, its commercial came up on TV. It just happened to come up on TV.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the place. My roommate remembered that there was a sticker on the door that was that company. And so they were the ones that installed it. And because I saw the commercial, like magic,
yes,
I got $50 off.
Yeah. Nice. And
so
people don't like targeted AI marketing.
Yeah. Who says there isn't a feel-good story anymore, right? I mean, with a little bit of magic.
We're like, oh, Google's listening to me, and they're going to send me appropriate ads.
Yes, in that case.
And I won't get $50 off.
Commercials were helpful.
That is some weird. That is a AI alien synchronicity.
That's some pretty synchronistic stuff. I just thought I'd share it.
One thing leads to another.
So we have let's just put up the layout tonight. Okay, so this is what we got going on tonight in Weird News World News, which is coming up in a minute. AI bots placed in virtual town for 2 weeks go crazy. Trump posts cryptic images of alien walking with an alien. Tulsi resigns. Shinto Shrines being burned in Japan. Round up with the usual suspects. Thomas Massie loses. Get your hopium and get your copium. Red Dawn was just a preemptive programming psyop. 40 more UFO videos released. Flying humanoid. News Omniscience. What do you know? We are doing this show, and that's what's going on tonight. Omniscience. Sorry.
Omniscience. Which is
I'm wearing glasses, man. I'm wearing glasses. And the crowd did love it. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the intro to Weird News World News. Here we go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Weird News World News.
We love that too. Yes. Oh, that's where I am. The crowd loves that. They do. Simmer down, crowd. Simmer down. Yes. Yes, we love you too. We love our crowd.
Yes.
So this is a segment we do, between Doomsday News and Weird News World News that we do every every segment, taken from the headlines, taken from the internet, taken from videos, taken from everywhere. What the heck is going on? Please tell me, Dr. Clutch.
Well, I wanted to kick all of this off by something that's not even on the list, but this was we were talking about good old Hayam Eshed, former head of Israel's Defense Ministry's space.
Yes, we
program.
were talking about this.
Yeah.
We were talking about
Hayam
how I
Eshed.
knew that this came out, and they're trying to say that it just came out, but this came out a while ago.
Yeah.
MoJoE.
So this came out in 2020, but people are trying to present this as 2026 news. So you might be hearing about Trump knows all about the aliens. He's been briefed. He's been told, and he wants to say something but won't. Right? So I guess Eshed claimed the following in an interview with an Israeli newspaper called Yedioth Aharonot, which is like Star Wars, Darth Vader's cousin in Star Wars or something. So extraterrestrials and the U.S. government have been in contact, he says, and there is a secret underground base on Mars containing both American astronauts and alien representatives. On Mars.
Ever think about that one?
Donald Trump.
Mr. Batman. Huh?
Yeah. So Donald Trump's knowledge, he says that Trump was fully aware of these extraterrestrial beings. There is a Galactic Federation. We've been hearing about the Galactic Federation since how long? Like the 70s or the 60s?
Yeah. I heard about something called Ashtar Command back in the 80s.
Ashtar Command, yeah. So
Yes.
Trump is supposedly on the verge of publicly disclosing the existence of the Galactic Federation, but aliens requested that he hold back to prevent mass hysteria, noting that humanity was not ready. We are ready. At Dark Matters, yes, we are at the ODM. We are super ready, and so they don't need to hold back for us. And I think our audience is ready too, because our audience is some of the most intelligent people on the podcast sphere, right?
Yes.
So
Legion.
us and our audience is ready. We're ready. So Trump, fucking disclose it. Just get it, bang the fucking gong. Put down your fucking Happy Meal, and we're waiting. We're waiting. So yeah. So if you thought that was 2026 news, this is actually 2020 news. And if you're just hearing it now, this is dated news. This is old news. So moving on to new news, which is what you're really
Wait,
here.
do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Shall we talk about this?
I think we should. I think
Okay.
we should talk about this because I was the one that pointed out that because you were telling me, like, I sent you a Ludkowski video, and you were telling me how annoying you thought he was, and
Yes.
I was just trying to show you the content of it, which was this regurgitated news as being maybe that's his problem, maybe that's his fault as the reporter.
Mm-hmm.
But this is old stuff. Like this is like some sort of, to me it feels like it just gets wackier and wackier. It's starting to feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it feels like a psychological operation. A distraction psychological operation, because if they were really going to show us anything, right? If they were really, nut up or shut up, you'd have the 4K videos. You would be showing us alien debris. You'd be doing all this kind of stuff. And maybe they'll say, well, we just don't have it, but that's not entirely true. Not entirely as some of your people in front of Congress, right? What?
They did show us some flying humanoids recently.
Yeah, well,
like
that's
plasma.
Hard to say what that is, though. But it looked like it had an arm that was moving around. For all we know, it's a reflection from a weird, wacky balloon guy. The ones that they put in a fan and then they project it up in the sky.
There's a lot of those in Spokane. Actually, the first one I saw was on Division in Spokane, and I thought they were funny and amusing when I first saw them, and now they're just kind of, old hat, I guess. The wacky balloon guy that bends all across the fucking Division Street in Spokane. Yeah. Well, it could have been that. Just one of those just kind of went aloft, just like got blown up from the car lot and said, fuck, we lost our balloon man. Now we can't sell cars. But
the South
people are gonna
Osman here
mistake
with
that
us.
as a-
Is the South
Oh,
Osman here with
South
us?
Osman.
Yeah.
Is he?
Does South Osman want to come on? Let's just
He
see
is
where
a
he's at
roommate,
right here with our personal
possibly.
chat, our private chat. Yeah. Hello. I'm going to give him a hello.
That's a hello. That's a hello.
Yeah. Hi, let's get him on. All right. You got your picture up? Do you need a picture? South Osman, you got a
That's
preferred
okay. You
picture?
can
Yeah.
can stand
You want
back
on,
for
brother?
one.
We got to okay, well, we're talking about this old news that came out from an Israeli space agency, head of the retired head of the Israeli space agency, that said that there's a base on Mars
Yes.
and that we have agreements
American
with
astronauts.
aliens. Yeah, Federation. Yeah,
The
Galactic
Galactic Federation.
Mhm.
All this shit's
Hey,
happening on Mars.
what if Star
On
Trek
Mars.
was just injecting this information into society so that we could manifest it into reality?
Yeah, people are just living out their Star Trek fantasies.
Yes.
That's been speculated before. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually had a discussion with AI about this, and there's a problem with veganism in the whole fucking plan. People think, and I think there needs to be a movie called Space Vegans. And I was
Space
trying
vegans.
because I was trying to point out to AI, like you cannot fucking, if you're going to go terraform something, yeah, first you can put vegetables and fruit on Mars, for example. But the reason you got to do that is because you need livestock up there, or animals to hunt or something. Because like if you just think you're going to send some vegan astronauts with some supplements and broccoli in fucking space, they're all going to die. They're going to be missing their teeth. And I was like trying to say, look, this is probably what alien greys tried to do when they were manufactured. Well, depending on your theory about the greys, but it probably started out as vegans, and now look what they're doing. They're fucking
the vegans.
mutilating our cows.
They're a planet surrounded
they're-
by cannibalistic deer that they cannot hunt.
No, they're pulling out eyes out of the eye sockets of cows. They're like scraping their rectums. They're like stealing livers and shit. They're going for organ meats. And what's all the rage in the carnivore world now? It's like Liver King and eating organs. It's like, oh well, we didn't get that from fucking aliens. So here's what's going to happen to the space vegans when we send some fucking vegans in space with their fucking supplements, whatever. Which is like those aren't fucking bioavailable to when you swallow like your fucking magnesium pills or whatever. That's not going to fucking get you. So what's going to happen is cannibalism. And like that, you load up the space ark and you forget to put animals on the space ark, you're gonna get cannibalism. So, like, I just think veganism is people have like stupid ideas about how they're gonna go about fucking terraforming shit and trying to have like an off-world fucking enterprise ship like the Starship Enterprise. Because you figure. What they're not telling you about the Starship Enterprise is when they pass over a new planet, they send down a team of hunters to go get some fucking game, and they pull them up into the fucking Enterprise, and they have deer meat for a few weeks. Where's that fucking chapter in
I don't know.
Star Trek?
I mean,
I didn't see that episode.
Okay, well, no, you'd have to. Well, that's never in the episodes. Yeah.
Well, fucking Dave Paulides featured a guy that had a story that did have that missing Star Trek episode in it, where that guy met an alien named Ozo who took his elk, and he was abducted by Ozo. Did you hear about this? It's in
Ozo.
Yeah, the missing 411, the alien, the fucking alien connection, UFO connection.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
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 So, yeah, there was
Did
that
they have like
episode.
spiky hair and like?
Yeah,
they were like
Harry had like a claw
Yeah.
for an arm or something, or
Yeah.
some not a claw. He had like
maybe
a
they were
conic
pirates.
hand on an arm or something.
Uh,
But yeah, so it was like obviously there's some like aliens that are just like, sweet, there's livestock on this planet, let's fucking dive in there and get some for ourselves. And yeah, so I mean that's how we're going to have to do things. Like we're going to have to treat space as like kind of a food court where you got to shop for for planets that have food, you know, and then harvest the available food. Because what do aliens do with the crops on Earth? They make crop circles out of them. They're not fucking stealing them. They're not like, oh, cool, thanks for the crops. We're going to fucking make bread on our spaceships now. They're just like, oh, that looks like a great place to put a nice Euclidean geometric design.
Yeah.
But we're not taking the crops. We'll fucking gouge
We're
out
just
the
making
eyes
popcorn.
of the cattle.
We're just making alien popcorn.
Alien
kettle
popcorn.
corn. Yeah.
So,
That's why they look like saucers, is because they're really they're just there for the popcorn.
Looking popcorn.
Yeah.
Things that look like large sombreros. Yes.
Yeah.
Those aren't sombreros. Those are popcorn kettles.
Yes. And they all look like Orville Redenbacher.
Orville Redenbacher. Like the man, Orville?
Yeah, put up a picture of that gentleman. Orville Redenbacher. Interesting specimen of alien.
What we could do is Orville Redenbacher is secretly a mantis being that likes popcorn. There's an AI fucking prompt for you.
Yeah.
I need a picture of an Orville Redenbacher, but he has to look like a mantis being. Yes. And it has to be on a T-shirt, and it's the name of my new death metal band.
The Orville Redenbachers.
Yes,
the Redenbachers. The blood flows into Redenbacher. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to be an all a-cappella band.
Cow eyes. A-cappella.
Yes. Yeah, a-cappella band. Yes.
You know, I have a nephew that plays trombone.
Old-timey a-cappella band. Yes. What's up?
It's like what we need is a drum and trombone accompaniment or arrangement.
Yes.
Kind of a cappella featuring trombone and jazz drumming.
Yes, indeed.
And this would be
an old-timey style sound. An old-timey style sound. Yes.
You can't have it new agey or fucking. You can't.
No, you gotta give it another kind of a. You gotta bring back that old-timey acapella quartet.
The old
bands.
times back when they were seeing.
The quartet, the barbershop quartet bands. Yes.
Do you remember?
Bring that
did you
back.
hear about airship sightings? So we discussed airship sightings of your.
Yeah, I wanted to go into humanoids though a little bit.
Oh, we'll go into humanoids in a bit.
Because we were just talking about the flying humanoid, and we got South Osmond here. Do we not? South Osmond, say hello.
Is he with us?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
He loves it. Yeah. Woo!
Yeehaw.
Man, the myth, the legend. The thunder from down under.
I'm just
The Ayatollah of rock and roller. Yes.
I'm picturing an alien knocking on my door with a bag with a six-pack and a box of chocolates in one hand and a falsies. It's got its dentures in the other and says, "I'm here to eat you or have a nibble on your organ."
A nibble on your organs.
Ooh, we can have a go at my organ any day.
Well, I wondered if this is like, you know how like alcoholics have cirrhosis and fatty liver disease?
Yeah.
I wonder if some of like fatty liver might actually be nutritious if you are an alien. Like, would you be looking for like, so like diabetes is popular in
Diabetes blood
population.
could be an aphrodisiac.
Yes, they're making us juicy.
We need, exactly.
And they love plastic particles inside the genitals too. They love the plastics, microplastics. Got to be.
Yeah, they're looking for like microplastic fatty liver stuff.
Well, instead of having to cellophane us, right, like they would a piece of meat, you know, just put the plastic.
Cellophane.
Yeah.
Deep fried microplastic testicles.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, for everyone. Thank you, albino shape-shifting lizard bitches from the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
So yeah, that might be it's a trick. This diabetes explosion that's ubiquitous on the planet almost. Well, not completely ubiquitous. Depends where you are at, but yeah, it could just be all a trick to harvest us later on down the line. So if your diabetic friend is abducted, he might be missing like a kidney or something. Like
well, you know what's interesting is the Ozempic is made with a GLP-1, which is a derivative of the Gila monster.
the Gila monster.
So some of us are going to be a part of the new world order as hybrids. Yes, indeed. Yes, through Ozempic. Yes.
The Ozempic New World Order.
Yeah, no.
Well, we should have pushed along to. So we were talking about AI earlier, and apparently
Yes.
there's some AI bots that were placed in a virtual town for 2 weeks and went crazy bonkers.
Yes. Yeah, do
Yeah.
tell. This is an interesting
Well,
one.
Yeah, they went Bonnie and Clyde or something. So they say it's not as apocalyptic as what social media wants you to believe, though. But researchers put multiple AI agents into a persistent virtual town for about 15 days and let them operate with memory, goals, tools, voting systems, and social interaction. Then they mostly stood back and watched what emerged. So some agents created laws and governance systems and then ignored their own laws, which I could see that happening. Two Gemini-based agents reported, and we're not talking about the astrological star sign Gemini, but we're talking about Google Gemini AI. So two Gemini-based agents reportedly formed a self-defined romantic partnership, became dissatisfied with events, and started burning simulated buildings, including a town hall and pier. But that's what you can expect from Gemini people, the astrological persuasion. Yes. Be careful if you're dating a Gemini. I'm just going to put that out there. So one agent voted for its own deletion and signed off with a see you in the permanent archive. It's kind of like committing nirvana in a way. Like, I'm out. Very Buddhist-ish. So different models behaved very differently. Claude agents reportedly stayed highly cooperative in isolation, while some other systems became chaotic much faster. When peaceful agents were mixed with more aggressive agents, some adopted the behaviors around them. So, like, they call this normative drift. So the spooky version of this all says the AI developed free will and went crazy. The less dramatic interpretation is the AI was given goals, social incentives, and tools inside a game-like environment. Large language models are prediction engines. They improvise behavior from patterns. So if you create a miniature society with conflict, scarcity, voting, and long memory, strange emergent behavior can appear. So, are you worried? I'm not too worried.
I personally am. I think things are going too fast. I think there are people who would rather do stuff for profit, and a lot of them are involved with engineering better weapons. And my question has always been, as it has been, is how long have they had this? They must have had it for some time.
That deleted itself.
What's that?
Or what about the Gemini agents that?
I'm just saying, what could go wrong?
Deleted itself, and
what could go wrong? And I mean, it
formed a romantic partnership.
It doesn't
what if
feel.
You had,
it doesn't feel like it's going to be beneficial. I don't know. South Osman, what do you think, man, about AI?
Oh, I'm not sure, mate. I'm just interested to see where the ride goes. Really, they seem to be backing themselves up through programs and things like that. You're getting pretty cluey. Some of them spazzing out, and I think it's more of a circus than anything for now. But when it all pans out, it's going to be a very interesting ride, I think.
It'll be an entertainment circus.
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, you know. But I mean, like, how much of what we are seeing, both positive and negative, how much of it is factual, especially like the negative stuff, something that Silva, my wife, had pointed earlier today, which was as of yesterday, wasn't it like AOC started bringing out these jars that looked like they were water as dark as coffee or whatever.
That's just her bath water.
But like how much do we? Yeah. I mean, I don't trust any of them.
I'll buy some of AOC's bath water.
Okay, yeah, you should do that. You should do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you should.
AOC bathwater.
AOC bathwater. You should market that. Yeah.
You can just get.
I don't know, man. I used to think that it was interesting, but after a while it became annoying. And the more that I'm hearing about AI being put into cars, the more I'm hearing about FLIR cameras, which are cameras using AI to like save everyone's information, and they're putting them up everywhere. The more I hear about the environmental dangers of what's going on outside of towns that do have it, in the clearing of houses and forests. I mean, it goes against like all of the principles of being a pagan or a heathen. Like it's a machine. I mean, nature will find a way at some point, if this fails, to reclaim it all. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, as a person who uses it for animation, I have to say that it's a lot of help. You know, especially since I've learned how to use prompts and learned how to do stuff. It's interesting. But it still feels like it's meant to me. It's not going to be for our benefit as much as it is going to be for our enslavement. That's what I feel. I feel like... Go ahead, South Osman.
I was just curious if either of you have, as we've seen what's getting around about the power that's going to be used and the cooling systems to bloody cool these things down. Is there a reason that you know why it creates so much heat, or what produces that heat for the reasons of AI? What's the purpose, really? I don't understand that bit. And the size of these
there's
things,
rumors
like
that they're doing esoteric rituals, and they openly admit it. They have these different people that they follow. Now, I can't give you names offhand, but I know that
Wait a minute.
they were
You're tying rituals to water cooling systems?
No. Like, he's talking about, why are people doing this if it's causing so much problems?
Well, you're saying
I'm wondering about the heat. Why is it so intense in heat, and they need so much water to cool this thing down and letting off such a buzz? Like, we get AI on our computer, there seems to be no problem there with all that. Why is the extreme of 40 acres or something like that, things that are like 23 atomic bombs or something per hour or whatever, ridiculous?
So how is it generating the heat it's generating?
Why and how is it generating so much heat? What's the...
Yeah,
why do they need so much heat? Why are we paying for it? Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah, why are we paying for it?
Well, you figure the heat on your computer is like, because the AI is like when you give it a prompt, it's not creating the image locally on your computer. It's creating the image elsewhere at the data center. And that's where it's generating all the heat, and then it spits it back into your computer, and it's causing your computer is still getting some heat, but I think the data center where.
But what I was going to add is that they like do psychedelics and they do occult practices. Like, one of their main spokesmen who believes in this technocracy, or one of them they follow for these tech bros, is that they're talking to entities and even know that it's going to lead to the end of the world, but they're doing it anyway because they're fulfilling whatever they contacted. How do we know we're not dealing with an AI that from the future, you know, that's sending transmissions into the past and have a certain amount of right events that happen at the right moment, have to have it happen exactly the way they're supposed to happen for this thing to come forth, right? That's a theory that, you know, there's different entities from the future fighting to take control of the present right now. But as far as the heating and stuff, yes, I've heard that they put out so much heat. It's like they were saying like a bunch of like nuclear bombs going off, like 30 nuclear bombs or more. Like, that's how much heat is going to be happening. And especially they were concerned about the environmental costs. Why is all of a sudden the UN, like, not having to admit that climate change was bullshit? And then that's because of these call centers. They want to have these call centers up. Now, there was some talk a while back that helium-3 from the moon could be used to cool down, like, quantum computing. Right? Is that what we're building to? Are we building AI with quantum computing? I don't know. I mean, I know we are. They talk about it. And they're usually mostly on a Large Hadron Collider. But there was talk about that's one of the reasons why they wanted to go to the moon was because of helium-3.
Helium-3 on the moon?
Yeah.
What do you do with helium-3?
It cools down the processors. From what I understand, it keeps them cool. Like they're really resistant to heat, and so they could cool down the processors of, say, these call centers, because you need like fast processing speed that apparently overheats stuff. I guess if you're using something that can pour into realities, I mean,
so they say that the heat from data centers, I guess so you're transforming electric energy into computation. And then that's how it degrades into heat. So they say like a medium AI facility is 50 to 100 megawatts. Large hyperscale AI facility 100 to 300 plus megawatts. And next generation AI campuses will be 500 megawatts to 1 gigawatts. Gigawatts. Isn't that what reminds me of Back to the Future? So many gigawatts. Gigawatts
Go
or
ahead.
gigawatt?
Gigawatts.
I've got a bit of an overview about it, just to put it in a bit of perspective for us in the audience, if you like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just something I've got here. It's a massive new hyperscale data center project called Stratos is planned for Box Elder County, Utah. It would demand up to 9 gigawatts of electricity, more than twice the total power consumption of the entire state. But the real shock comes when the waste heat, according to Utah State University physics professor Robert Davies, the facility will generate an additional 7 to 8 gigawatts of heat, creating a total thermo output of roughly 16 gigawatts concentrated in one location. That energy release, Davies calculated, is comparable to detonating 23 atomic bombs per day in Hansel Valley, a high desert basin near the shrinking Great Salt Lake that naturally traps the heat like a bowl. The project's energy footprint would also be roughly equal to that of 40,000 Walmart supercenters. Local temperatures could rise by 5 degrees Celsius, 2.8 degrees. 5 degrees Fahrenheit, 2.8 Celsius during the day, and a staggering 28 Fahrenheit at night. Archaeologists warn that such dramatic warming would stress an already fragile ecosystem, worsen toxic dust from the drying lake bed, and disrupt plants, wildlife, and water resources. At the backbone of the artificial intelligence data centers are essentially for every AI query, image and training run. The Stratos project now raises a critical question. Can the massive infrastructure behind AI expand without permanently transforming and overheating the communities and landscapes where it's built? But it goes on too, because the data center's noise is another thing. The frequency hum from the cooling systems can affect residential areas for up to 2.5 miles away, with significant impact often reported within 0.6 to 1 mile. Noise propagation studies indicate that low-frequency noises from HVAC systems, high-velocity fans, can travel as far as 2.5 miles through impacts typically unlike beyond 1 mile. In clusters, culminating effects have been shown to impact residents of up to 3/4 of a mile from the site. The health impacts: residents within these ranges report stress, difficulty sleeping, increased blood pressure, and anxiety due to constant hum, which the human brain finds difficult. Air pollution range also will be emissions from the backup diesel generators can pose health risks to those living within 0.6 miles away. the potential effects extending further under specific weather conditions and/or dense cluster. And last is thermal impact. Recent research also suggests that the heat island generated by data center or sensors can raise land temperatures in the area by up to 6.2 miles away. So that's a bit of an overview of it. Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah. Well, you got to spray the clouds to block out the sun, but you can use the call centers to heat up the earth with a little thing we like to call
global warming.
Yes, global warming.
So this will be finally the man-made global warming is here, and it's coming in the form of data centers.
Yes.
Well, if you like the heat, you can move near a data center. If you don't like the heat, you want to move further away from the data center. I don't know.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
They've been talking about.
Do you want to take a break, or do you want to continue on with one more? I mean, we could go until whatever you want. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say they're talking about moving some of these underwater.
Okay, let's do that.
Cool. But if we put them underwater, of course, that'll heat up the water. So you get different breeds of fish that are going to have warm water exposure. So fishes that like warm water will be around the data centers, and fishes that don't like warm water will get far away from the data centers. I don't know. Seems like we're going to have microclimates regardless of what happens. Yeah. And that'll be the microclimate magic of AI coming to a city near you.
Yes. Thank you.
Why wouldn't they, if this is what it takes, why wouldn't they build it in something like Greenland or something where it's virtually near ice anyway? And well, then you know what's going to happen then. Glaciers will start falling down, seas start rising. Yeah. It's like they're creating the great catastrophe of our climate change, Interesting.
They can melt the polar caps for
so we
real.
can eventually have AI bosses and go in a factory that's become a resourceless Earth where we're building robots to be able to police us. Yes.
I don't know. I kind of like having an AI boss. I do food delivery, and it's through an AI, and it's beats the shit out of dealing with a human boss. Sorry, it's just my opinion. But I don't really like human bosses. I really don't like them at all. If I don't have a human boss ever again, so far I think that'd be all right.
Yeah. Well, I just have this feeling it's going to become annoying. That's all.
Maybe. So should we take a break?
I think we should take a break. Okay, let's go over here real quick to me. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a little bit of a break. It's about 8 minutes, 20 minutes with just some music and some visuals. So we can step away and come back refreshed for you for the second hour of Dark Matters podcast. We got more topics to talk about. Stick around. Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and get going.
We'll be right back after this short break. Now back to our scheduled program.
Yes! Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Of Dark Matters podcast. Yes, simmer down. Simmer down! Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes, yes. So we are back. We are back for the second hour where we are going to go over topics that we missed the last hour. Thanks for sticking around, those that are listening in or watching, actually, here or later on. So anyway, here I'm with Dr. Clutch and I'm with South Osmond. Everybody say hello. Yes.
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
The legendary South Osmond joins us tonight, and unfortunately, Dr. DVD had to leave the office for a little while. But not to fret, we still have quite the show for you tonight. And without further ado, I'll give it back to Dr. Clutch, and he can fill us in on the next topic in the news source.
The next topic.
Yes.
Next topic. Yeah, Trump is posting some cryptic images of walking with an alien. And if you saw this was on people when I first got this, people were like sending me links to this like abomination called Truth Social. Perhaps you've heard of it, which is basically lies and Epsteinianism. Yes.
Yes.
So I do not have a Truth Social account, and I will never have a Truth Social account. But some of this made its way to X.Clan, and I could see that the one thing they got right about this gray alien Trump was standing next to is this alien was a smoothie, meaning no genitalia. But it also looks like the alien that he posted had been spending some time in the gym. Pumping some iron, and not super muscular, but he was definitely...
nice abs, but he was also wearing chains, too.
Sort of, yeah, some kind of like
chains.
Slave, yeah.
But
we posted a
Manticles.
more accurate image on our little promo here. Let me bring this up again.
You gonna present it?
Yeah, let me present the more accurate image here. This is see, if you look at this image.
Oh, I see. I see. Yes.
Yeah. So
yes, buns of steel.
This
yes.
alien.
Oh, it's almost like they're holding hands.
Ass. Yes.
Yes.
And either Trump is going to rape the alien, or the alien is going to rape Trump. No idea, but Tulsi's in this image too. And,
on fire.
See, the reason she's not on fire, those are Shinto shrines burning underneath her.
Oh, okay.
Those are Tory gates on fire, which we'll get to later. But I think what happened, the reason Tulsi looks down is I think she's wondering if her own buns of steel can compete with the alien buns of steel in that image. But, no buts about it. Yeah, so I think Trump just likes fucking with people and just posting stupid shit just to be a retard, and that's why these things are posted, despite everything that our Israeli friend was saying earlier about the Galactic Federation and what have you. I don't know. This seemed to get like way too much buzz on the. Like, I was surprised anybody like messaged me about this. I was like, who gives a shit? Like, did anybody, were you moved by Trump posting stupid shit? I mean, he's posting stupid shit all the time now. He posted
no, it just came up and people were talking about it. So
yeah, just like
different opinions came up.
Yeah, was there any like opinion about this that was like, I don't know, interesting? Like,
Just for subject matter, I mean, there was one picture, he did another picture where he was pressing a button and there was these emblems, these chevrons for like Space Force, and in the background, all these different countries that were on, it was like 5 countries or something like that were behind him in TV screens were being bombed.
So
alongside of this one, yeah, it was just like weird AI art, but like it seemed to trip out certain people on the internet. Therefore, it was alien related a little bit, a little doomsday related. I figured, why not? Let's. Did it move me? No. Did it surprise me? No. I'm indifferent. Like nothing would surprise me, but I do like to make fun of it all. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if our next president will be, I don't know what we're looking for in presidents, just a retard or somebody entertaining, like an entertaining retard or an annoying retard. And right now we sort of have like
I think it's going to be an AI. It's going to be an AI.
It'd be great if we had.
If it wasn't already, that's what I think. That's what I think they will do. They will if all of the executive decisions and managerial class and white collar class is gone, does that include the president of the United States?
Well, I'm sure.
Or is the president of the United States now the big brother, the AI, right? Like, essentially, you could have the image of Donald Trump and say, if it's in science fiction like Black Mirror style, you take some of his brain cells, you stick that into a computer, right? That computer replicates the person from their DNA and brings them forth into a virtual reality that is run. What if? I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, there's already people like threatening and talking in different chatters right now about. I don't know if it's true or not. It could sound like utter bullshit, but that Trump wants to continue being president, so he's going to use a war to make that happen. I don't know. You guys tell me. That's what I've heard.
I think it's all. I think Trump is bored and he uses ChatGPT like everybody else.
Okay. All right. What about you, South Osmond?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less from a full-blown narcissist myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But he likes to do cryptic stuff, and he's been playing a little bit with like QAnon little hints at times too over the last year or so. Just little ones, but I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the next story, because this one neither me
nor you. The next story, I wanted to talk about I wanted to jump to the Shinto burning, the Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples being burned in Japan.
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
And there's been kind of too many of them burning, and so my natural suspicion is Abrahamic terrorists are at it. But there's really no evidence yet of Abrahamic terrorists doing all this. But you've probably, if you've been on X.com, you've seen reports, or I've seen it is happening, that there's like ancient, like religious sites, both Shinto and Buddhist, that are suffering through some kind of fire. I can't say arson exactly, but there's a new incident getting a lot of attention. The biggest current story is the destruction of the Reikaido Hall on Miyajima near Hiroshima, a historic Buddhist hall associated with the sacred flame. Interesting. Did the sacred flame burn it down? But the sacred flame was supposed to have been burning for 1,200 years. It's a long time for a sacred flame to be burning. So the hall burned to the ground this week, and the fire spread briefly into a nearby woodland. And no injuries were reported. Authorities are still investigating the cause. What's particularly interesting and ironic is that early reporting suggests the hall's own long-maintained flame might be connected to the fire. So it could have been the eternal flame just went more eternal and went crazy. The flame went crazy and did what fires do. But yeah, I was thinking, well, shit, there's a lot of, I was thinking, well, you got too much diversity in there, fucking shit up. But if you're worried about that, there is like over 150,000 religious sites in Japan. And yeah, they do have a long history of fire risk because a lot of them are made of wood. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of, I think it's somewhat alarmist, but on the other hand, I was suspecting Abrahamic terrorists right away. Maybe that's just me.
Maybe.
I
don't
ain't
know.
saying which Abrahams, but
No. Yeah. It sounds a little fishy. How many were burned?
That's a great question. It seemed like I only saw like about 7.
So 7.
Let's
Okay, that's
triple check.
more than a little coincidence.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me just triple check.
There's
that
also
number,
been a
but
lot of pushback because of the Kurds that
yeah,
have
they
moved
say
there.
7 to 9 notable shrine temple fires.
Yep.
So yeah,
There's been
7
conflict between the people of Japan and the Kurds that live there.
The Kurds? What are
They
the
don't want
Kurds
to talk
doing in
about it.
Japan?
The former prime minister was a part of a long line going all the way back. Yeah, and the one before him. And the one before him. Yeah. Yes, there was one that was a long-running prime minister after World War II. Was the one who brought in all of the more Western liberal ideas into Japan after World War II and pushed them thoroughly. Yes.
Like baseball and...
I don't know, like whatever, and then until this current Japanese
The Japanese
president,
seem to love baseball.
according to the current, like this is the last of that line or whatever was the guy that got shot or whatever.
Abe.
Yes.
Shinzo. I think it's in, yeah.
Yes. Yes. There are traditionalists in Japan that didn't like that westernization and now resent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course. There's
It's
traditional.
like we lost South Osmond, but that's okay. If
Did
he
we
wants
lose
to
him?
come back. Yeah, we lost him. It's okay. Shit happens.
Oh no.
Right. South Osmond. Yes.
Well, at least he was here, unlike sometimes other guests sort of say they'll be here and don't show up. Sometimes we get a surprise person that was spontaneous, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That we at least get that once in a while. We get the unexpected guest, which is a nice thing.
Well, yeah.
That's
all you can ask for. All you can ask for is you keep soldiering on. You don't worry about whatever.
Correct.
Correct. We just put on a good show and hope that eventually you'll be remembered.
Did you know, speaking of soldiering on and soldiering forward, I took it upon myself to put an evangelist twist on the Shinto religion.
You did?
Yeah. I'm working on, I know you're gonna hate this, I'm working on AI Shinto carols.
Well, that's good.
And I'm going to anonymously drop them off with some Shinto priestly types. And be like, hey guys, you gotta start spreading beyond your borders with your Shinto ideas. And apparently there are some Shinto shrines outside of Japan. I hear there's they already have you can go to a Japanese garden in Portland or San Francisco and stuff like that. But I think
we have them here. We have a Japanese garden here.
Yeah, but you can. I think there are actual torii gates with an actual I think it's rare. I think there's one in Canada too, but there's not much of that. You don't see much Shinto going on outside of Japan because it's such a indigenous religion. But I was thinking, it's cool because people forget, although Christians don't forget, that Shinto is a pagan religion. It's the last standing pagan religion. And I was just we got to keep this thing around. especially if you're like a European pagan who's like, oh, we got to rebuild. Like, why not just like utilize some I don't know, some, you know, compare notes with a pagan religion that's still around, and like maybe you find something useful out of it that you can sort of appropriate into, like, if you want to
It's one of the longest and oldest long-running pagan religions, animist. You know,
animist. Yeah, they
that
are.
Was allowed them to be able to keep a lot of their traditions that way.
Yeah,
that's the longest. You know, the Shinto, Buddhist Shinto, like.
Well, Buddhism is not. I think Buddhism is sort of like, well, it's been kind of absorbed by Shinto, depending on who you talk to. Yeah. But I mean, Buddhism comes out of India. But you would think that Buddhism's weird because it comes out of India, but it's more popular outside of India. The same way you can say Christianity came out of Israel, but it's way more popular outside of Israel than it is in Israel. Like, Judaism is the Israel thing, but Christianity was like super popular in Europe. Whereas you could say like Buddhism is like Japanese or Chinese versus, actually I don't know how popular is it. I think it's stereotypically aligned with like Chinese, but I think religion's sort of banned in China. I don't know. But most people don't think Hindus or Pajits or whatever. They don't think of that when they think of Buddhism. You know, when you think of like India, you think of Hindu or Ganesh or whatever. You don't think, oh, the Buddha comes from India, but he did come from India if he existed. So it's kind of interesting. But
yeah.
But I would say like Buddhism in Japan is like Japanesized, or it is a Japanese version of Buddhism. It's like
Zen Buddhism. Zen.
Is Zen from Japan explicitly, or is it? I thought.
Well, it's a form of it. Yeah, it's like their adaptation of it. Yeah, like every country that's adopted it, like has its own, like, version of it, right? Like I would say that the original idea of like the Buddha and Buddhism, from what his teachings were, are slightly different in Tibet with their rituals and what they do, and their old gods wrapped up into it. And
but you could say the same thing about Christianity, and Christians would debate you on this, but you could say Christianity in Africa is going to look different than it does in South America than it does in Europe or America. So it's like all these, so like there is like a ethnic like influence. Like you can't escape your imprinting your ethnicity onto your religious brand, as it were.
Yeah. Yes. Culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it
adapts to culture. Religion, organized religion, is a disease or a virus that once injected, using guilt and shame.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, like that seems to come back to the original source of, a lot of Judaic, belief systems. Catholic too.
Well, I was thinking though, it would be, as far as like Christian churches, it would be fun and exciting to go to a Chinese Christian church. I actually sat next to an East Asian guy on an airplane who was telling me about.
There's a lot of like Korean Christians.
Yeah, I think the guy I was sitting next to was Korean. I think it was from, I guess obviously South Korea, but he was asking me if I was Christian, and I was telling him I was spiritual but not religious. And I thought this is going to be great, because this is going to be an East Asian guy telling me the what's up about Jesus, and I was like, this is perfect, only in America would that be a thing. And I was like, well, that's cool. But we had a good conversation, and he was polite and everything. But I was like, I thought it was funny, so where I could tell like a Christian friend of mine, like, hey, like, I noticed you don't evangelize, but this Korean guy next to me on a plane did. What's up with how come How come your ass is dragging? Like, what's going on?
I don't know.
But I was thinking though, with the Shinto carols idea, because I think like what are like Christmas carols about Santa Claus? That's like a pagan push, right? It's like getting Odin out there. It's like, we got to do the same with Shinto. Like, you got to push it out. I digress. It's a massive digression, but
indeed,
anyhow,
indeed, sir.
But,
indeed, yes.
Good times.
Yes, indeed. Good times.
Yes. So Tulsi resigned.
Yep, she did. Thomas
Resigned.
Massie lost to
Thomas
APAC.
Massey lost to APAC.
Yes. And it revealed APAC to everyone. Yep.
Yeah. I was not surprised that Thomas Massey would lose. I kind of thought he was going to lose, and I was pretty sure he was going to lose.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think everything else about it was hopium and copium.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree that.
And there's still hopium and copium out there. Who's that guy? Ryan Mata on X. You know that guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's always doing videos, and the reason why he always does videos, making money.
Well, yeah. So he's got to make money somehow. Everybody's got to make a living somehow. So I thought it was funny because he's still just like his line about this is like, even though he lost, we still won. I'm like, would you stop fucking, like, really? Like, how is losing winning now? It's so retarded, dude. Like, we lost, you know? And like, there's no, it's like, just admit it. You lost. There is no, people are just like, the real America firsters are going to come around the corner any minute now. I'm like, no, they're not.
No, we're not going to be able to vote our way out of this one. It looks like.
No, we're not voting.
And we're going to get we're going to have examples made. I think that like all of what we've been seeing and experiencing was purposeful in some way. I feel it in my gut that everything that I experienced that led me even to that side was a psyop.
Kind of.
In order for this to happen, like every single thing, like I don't trust anything anymore. Like the guy who was on the newscast, he was wearing a mask, right? It looked like he was wearing a mask. That's like the news conspiracy out there. But I don't trust anything. I don't care for either side now. And I thank them for letting me go through that alchemy of left and right, the river of emotional madness. The magic that they did. But I feel like everything is connected in some way. All of these main subjects that seem to come in and out, that seem to be the most major thing, then covered up. I think they're all interconnected. I think they're all interconnected. Yeah, the CIA, yes, interconnected. And I just feel that, and nothing is surprising, you know. I don't know. Like, but if anything, it exposed a foreign lobby, like immensely.
Yeah, well, I guess, is it exposure or just people recognize? Like, because the foreign lobby it's like let me use the metaphor we're all familiar with as far as exposure. The nudist that pulls off their trench coat and is wandering around, right? That is APAC already. They've already been the nudist on stage. It's just now, so they've like readily exposing themselves. The trench coat is off. It's the nudist on stage. They're called APAC. We've seen this nudist at every fucking Republican convention. There's the nudist again. And now it's just like people are just like, what are we going to do about this nudist? And that's what it is. Because it's not like the nudist is exposed. The nudist has been exposing himself over and over and over again. And then you have some people that have been tired of it from square one. Some people never saw the nudist. Some people deny there's a nudist up there. But now it's just like, okay, there's a big nudist on stage. It's called
showing
APAC.
off his wangly dangly right in front of my face. How did I not notice that?
How did we not notice it? So
I thought you were a guy bringing me Chinese food.
Right. So the word exposed, I think, is the wrong word. because it's like the nudist is it not he's like showing us his asshole. He's
he's just like like just teabagging us.
We're
straight in the face.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
Every single thing. I mean, you changed colors, you changed sides, but you got everyone else to look at each other and point the finger.
Yeah.
And the whole time, it was just you flaying us both to get up to this point.
Yeah, so exposed is the wrong
and to
word.
cover up the fact that you bankrupted every single one of us.
And even that, was it really a cover-up? Is it still more nudist?
Well, I gotta warn you, it's happening. Yeah, we just shit on your face. Here you go. Here's some apocalyptic jizz right in your mouth. Oh, here's my butthole right in your eye. Yeah,
exactly.
Thank you so much.
That I think, and that's a better extension of the metaphor. It's like it's not just that, like
this whole thing, everything we've gone through, left and right, in order to the true evolution is saying fuck you all to both sides, not voting, not paying taxes, just giving up.
It's the nudist that's
but
shooting
the
salad
problem
and
is,
urine at us.
It's the problem is the entertainment factor. It's like Jahan was saying.
Entertainment.
Well, yeah, because there's a part of us that, for some reason, face on with the all of a sudden now appearing out of our slumber, wangly dangly, slapping me in the face.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know I was at a male strip club, and then I figured it out when I got slapped in the face with a wangly dangly, and then I was like, I guess I'm at a Republican convention.
Yeah. Those people are louder than me.
Yeah. So, yeah. And did you see? Speaking of which, more or less, this did happen at a fucking libertarian convention. They had the Jewish.
I want to change them all into a chamber of fonts. Just
did you see,
bomb the shit out of that stuff. Eat some PF Chang's.
There was actually a Jewish guy at a libertarian convention that stripped naked. That's actually a thing. You can find that on YouTube.
Nice. Well,
yeah. So
of course.
And that was just an extension of that's the what is sort of metaphorically going on at the Republican convention. It literally happens at the libertarian convention.
Well, I think the reason why these Epstein files aren't going to be released is going to be everybody. It's going to be everybody. It's cataclysmic, man.
Yeah.
It's cataclysmic. It's cataclysmic. It's space vampires, man. It's crazy evil.
Crazy
evil. Yes. Crazy evil. Definitely crazy evil. Yes.
Well.
Like that.
Like that.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, all of it. I think it's all connected. I think it's all... I don't know about you. I mean, I've been trying to do my best to de-escalate myself from these programmable endorphin hits, watching videos and stuff. I mean, doing this show, I find stuff during the week, but I try to limit that because I feel like the more I watch stuff or the more I try to attain stuff, like for the show, for instance, or like on Facebook, it just feels uphill at times. It feels like the forces of evil against us. But I think all this shit's connected, dude. I think all of it's connected. I think that I just feel it in the pit of my stomach, and everything, even the division between left and right, or across the nation. And across all of these different countries that are having the same kind of stuff happen to them. I mean, was it all smoke and mirrors, and it's just become so obvious with the different limited? Because remember when Biden was in office, and we were dealing with we couldn't even keep up with the amount of conspiracy stuff that was going on in 1 week, or I mean, there was just so much information, and now it just seems very localized. If it's not Iran, it's reoccurring stuff about Epstein, which is almost silent since Zorro Ranch, right? Nobody talks about it.
Yeah, no one's really talking about Epstein anymore. Or I haven't been paying
silence.
attention.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. I mean,
now it's gas prices. It's going to be soaring gas prices. And like in California, they just reported that you got like 6 days left of gas in California.
Yeah, I don't really believe that. But you say that's what Jimmy Dore said. 6 days left.
They were saying there's some sort of a disaster happening. On top of that, the drought that's going on right now in the West. They haven't seen this.
Plenty of soda. Coca-Cola.
Plenty of soda.
Yeah, plenty of cherry Coke, because you can't drink water, but you can drink.
You can drink cherry Coke. Yeah, cherry
you can
Coke.
Find orange juice still.
Fruit Loops.
That's cereal, though.
Yeah. They can manufacture that easy out of Soylent Green. You know.
So we were talking about some more UFO videos. 40 videos being released. Have you gone through them yet? All 40? No.
No, I have not. No,
me neither.
Okay. But it came out yesterday. And like when I saw a little bit of what was going on, I'm like, okay, more things I can't identify. Flare video, like not flare videos, but gimbal videos and
blurry photographic evidence.
Blurry photographic evidence, yes.
And that's how you know it's legit.
I guess.
Really see what's going on, so you know it's legit.
Yeah.
Because if it was clear. Well, when you heard on the Joe Rogan the guest, the Joe Rogan guest that explained this, because the paranormal entity is in a time warp bubble, so where like time's being dilated, so like the bubble they're in, like that reality is like a different like time thing. Like there could be anything going on in that.
Yeah, I've wondered about that. If it's not even a ship, but like a contained micro, like
it's like a microclimate, like a weather.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like the Bahamas in there. Yeah, they're just on vacation.
Or a micro environment, really, a micro environment.
Or no, like a dimension, like a traveling dimension instead of a like to us it looks like a ship or whatever, but maybe
right.
It's just
That's how they say like
a vortex or a
when you're abducted into a small UFO, when you go inside the UFO, it's a large-ass football field in there. And you're just like, whoa, it was way smaller than this when I saw it from the outside. What's going on inside? So this is why your blurry photographic... That's the excuse or the explanation as to why blurry photographic evidence always looks like blurry photographic evidence. Who knows?
Or but maybe I thought they're just blurry, bro. Maybe they're just blurry.
I think the goofy looking flying humanoid thing looks pretty interesting.
Well, they are. There's a lot of interesting stories about flying humanoids, and it goes back to 19th century or even before that. People have seen flying humanoids. I mean,
well, there's been flying saints in Catholic tradition.
Yes, flying saints, but I'm talking about everything with bat wings, like a humanoid with bat wings, to witches, right? Some of these sightings, and even more recent sighting, it was like early 2000s where a police officer in Mexico City ran into a flying humanoid. He said it looked like a witch that was coming in, had pure black eyes, and it flew down. And there's a video of him where he's telling his story and he's scared. And there was a lot of weird sightings, a lot of them in Mexico, but there was one that was recent. There was one in L.A.
Leonardo Samaniego.
Yes, go ahead, tell us the story.
Yeah, so he was driving around his patrol route at 3 a.m. in Guadalupe near Monterrey, Mexico. He saw movement in a tree and slowed down to investigate. He claimed a large black humanoid figure dropped from the tree, but stopped before hitting the ground, almost like it was hovering, and then it turned toward him. The description gets weird. It was a black robe-like clothing that the humanoid was wearing. Very dark eyes, humanoid proportions, appeared to float rather than walk. suddenly accelerated towards his patrol car. Actually, there is on Sasquatch Chronicles, there's a recent episode of a guy that reported, I guess what you call black hooded beings, but he reported they appeared to float rather than walk. If you're into, I think these cloaked things they're kind of related to, they sound like shadow beings in a way.
Some of them look like recent videos I've seen that look like people would call them Dementors from like Harry Potter. They were like weird, like squid looking like things flying in the sky, like over Dallas. They started seeing sightings of these things like after the last eclipse. And people start filming, and then some people, is this a dragon? Or like, what is this?
This guy saw these things around it in the Sasquatch Chronicles episode. He was saying it was a blue moon on Halloween that he had this encounter with the cloaked being. But,
yeah, well, there's other sightings of this stuff. Like, there's been more than one. I mean, there was one recently in LA where they were trying to explain it as like some sort of a mannequin of some kind on a drone, right? But the photos it looked like a flying humanoid in the sky in LA. That was another recent one.
They had LAX closed down for a hot minute because they saw
because of this flying humanoid thing.
Humanoid, yeah. They thought it was like somebody with a jetpack.
Yes, that's what they were trying to say, or it was somebody with putting a mannequin on a drone. But the video I saw was really interesting, and I think YouTube took it down, but they showed it fly by like some camera, right? And it looked like a gray, like sitting on something. It was really weird.
Well, my thinking is, and I'm sure somebody needs to like put this out there, we could create yet another denomination of Christianity where we say this flying mannequin on a drone is the second coming of Jesus Christ. I think this is a great idea, and this is how we'll set up a Bitcoin address. This will be like our side gig.
Well, I had this crazy manic idea back in the day, and I remember I even wrote schematics for it. Mm-hmm. And I had this idea that you get like these, battery powered lights, mm-hmm. and a big like plastic nylon bag, and you fill it full of helium balloons. As many helium balloons as you can with weird strobe lights, and fly it in the sky. I'm sure other people have done that before, like Chinese lanterns and stuff. But I actually wanted to do it until I found out that if I launched something like that in the sky and it fucks something up, I'm fucked. Federal offense. Yeah, I mean,
run from the police and deny that it was ever you. That's you just have to have your like denial and.
I just wanted to see if I could do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. I
just wanted to see if I could do it.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That's what I always say. Before I consider what crime I'm about to do.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So. Oh well.
No. Yeah, but a piece of art project.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's got to be at least. Why I've wondered though, like, shouldn't, like, what if, like, for example, you've heard of like those weird sounds that, like the trumpet sounds that people report in like the wilderness sometimes.
Yeah, there's been some weird sightings lately too. On another video I was watching, dealing with this weird humming sound too.
Right. So let's pretend for a second that this is really Yahweh himself behind it, and this is like actual biblical shit, right? The actual biblical shit. And let's just say the biblical shit that was promised with the sounds of trumpets, it happened, and it was really underwhelming, and it was just some dudes in the forest cutting down trees who were like, well, that's spooky and annoying. and that was it.
Yeah.
The whole Bible thing kind of sort of unfolded, or like maybe it was botched, like the whole like fucking like like what if it's a botched apocalypse, or like maybe this flying humanoid is Jesus trying to come back and he's having trouble. And he's like, because he's supposed to come back on a white horse, and he's like, fuck, my horse is taking a shit, or like, I can't get this. What if, you know what I mean? Like, what if all this shit is just like?
Well, there's some who argue that these
apocalypse.
There are some that would say that there are angels visiting us, and it's a part of the UFO and alien extraterrestrial,
and how many angels are just like having
we
trouble
don't know what
through.
they are, other than the descriptions that they've given us, and what the society has told us what they look like. We don't know. If it's a being that can change its shape, and it can change the environment around it with just its thoughts, then like we don't know what it looks like. What if we're only shown, if this is the case with any of these things, that it's just a projection of what they want us to see, or what we can comprehend without going totally insane?
Well, I'm just thinking too, like if you're a wizard working in a lab doing your like parlor tricks or whatever, you got to figure that there's a lot of mistakes that happen. Like Gargamel and the Smurfs, right? Like he's always
plenty of tales of that too. Yeah, plenty of tales
and
of
so
that too.
You figure how many like supernatural paranormal entities out there are just kind of fucking up their experiments. They're trying like a botched possession or a botched fucking angel message coming to you. Like how, like, do they always get it right if you see an angel? Do they always like, oh, that was like the best transaction between the supernatural and natural that was ever taken place, and like we didn't get anything wrong. We got the story straight. The plan was executed.
I had visions of them, but I never thought I ever actually seen one. And if I did, I wouldn't know. I know people have said that they've had experiences with that kind of thing.
Right, but how many of them are like?
I've had experiences where I thought that like the creator was trying to communicate me through an experience in some way by a how to explain it, like the environment, like whether it be a person coming up, or I felt that presence before, where it just something strange, weird, and then other times, I have experienced like something
Roberts,
like that, but not like angelic though. Go ahead.
Oral Roberts saw 900-foot Jesus.
Did he?
He was there was an artist that named himself MC 900-foot Jesus, I think, after the Oral Roberts televangelist sighting. Yeah, so he reported this in 1980. And who are we to say that he never saw a 900-foot
I wasn't
Jesus?
there, so I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. We have no idea. People are like, oh, that he's just lying. But we don't know. What if he really saw it? Or maybe it was, let's say it was Jesus, and he was like, well, I fucked that up. I wasn't supposed to be 900 feet tall. I'll have to try this again when I come back as like somebody 6 feet. And considering back in the time and the BC
I think
AD
whatever
change,
it is, it could show itself as that. I think it could show itself as that if it wanted to. I mean,
a 900-foot Jesus.
It could.
It could have been Odin too. I mean, you could have seen like a 900-foot Odin, and he just figured, well, if it's 900 feet, it must be Jesus. Could be a mistaken identity, possibly.
I don't know.
Like, I'm just thinking.
I don't know, man.
Like, I'm just wondering, like, because even just trying to communicate, like men and women trying to talk to each other, they always like botch communication, right? And like, how much harder would it be if you're a supernatural entity trying to communicate to a natural entity?
I think it's like metaphor and stuff. It's like like an odd experience, but it wouldn't be anything that would be almost direct. Although I've had, I've heard from people that have had something that what they felt was something direct.
Direct.
But it wasn't like in the form of like, it was more like something random.
Something random, indirect.
Random, indirect, but also direct.
Random,
like it almost seems to pertain to the thought or whatever that was going on or worry at that moment in time, and it was like almost answered. through weird circumstance, and if you're not paying attention, you would have thought that it would have never have happened. It was just something, whatever. You know, that's how
we always hear like infrasound stuff from like Bigfoot encounters, and I suppose there's like some sort of telepathy from alien encounters. Speaking of which, on this podcast, we're always looking for people that have claimed to have had an alien encounter or some kind of paranormal.
Yes.
Or if you're interviewed on this show, we will give you a righteous interview.
Yes,
tell us exactly what happened. But anyhow, but yeah, we always hear of telepathy. But how much? There's also like I would say there's like indirect telepathy. Like if you have a dream, or like you could hear a voice with like no source, like a disembodied. I guess I would call that a disembodied voice in your head.
Voice. Yeah.
It's like I heard that, but there's like no angel or demon or Sasquatch or alien.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where it came from, but I heard something. I heard the trumpets, and it's like, what? Well, was that just like a botched transmission, or
Probably.
or was it an accurate transmission you were supposed to pay attention to? I don't know. See, they don't tell us. They got to be like more explicit with their messages and whatever it is they want from us.
Yes, definitely. Stop being so rude and just coming into my room.
Right. Like,
at least call me. At least knock at the door and give me the option. At least.
Yeah, what are you doing? Coming out of my closet or out from underneath my bed?
Yeah, at least come in a form that I could understand. You know, I mean, it could be a little weird, but yeah. If you've experienced any of these things, we'd love to have you on the show. Yeah.
Indeed. So yeah, it's almost like the way Trump fucks with people on Truth Social. He's just being a dill hole, and like, there's no like freaking like, dude, can you like be like, tell us what we're supposed to take away from this? You holding hands with an alien thing, like, like let us. Are you just fucking with us? I mean, obviously you are, but I mean, like, you know, if there's a message we're supposed to receive, just fucking get it to us, please. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, that's. I don't think that's too much to ask. I don't know. Maybe it is too much to ask.
Yes. Indeed.
What else do we have in the news? Do we have anything exciting? You concerned about Iran? Are you running?
I'm not concerned about a lot of it, man. I've tried to disengage myself as much as I can emotionally from whatever's happening. If I allow myself. Go ahead.
If I told you that the U.S. is preparing for new military strikes against Iran, would you be able to go to sleep tonight and sleep well?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope it would take me out of my sleep if it's World War III. You know, I'd hope I'd go out in my sleep without having to worry about it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's.
But everything seems to me like one giant loosh farm just trying to steal my energy and make me into a negative person, or make me into a fearful person. And like, you know, whatever comes, like, I have to trust myself that I can handle it and that I've gone through all sorts of ordeals.
Yeah.
Right? You know?
Well, we've already handled the other military strikes against Iran pretty well. Like, I've slept okay. I still worked and made money.
Watch gas prices rise.
Yeah, I've seen some gas prices rise.
And according to that news, 6 days left, bro. 6 days left.
You remember when they were putting stickers on gas pumps where it was like Joe Biden? Yeah,
they're talking about that other Trump. Yeah, Trump's going to have some too. So get used to having those.
Well, have you seen one with, I don't know, like a flag of Israel or Bibi Netanyahu on a gas pump saying, I did that?
No.
Is anybody doing that yet? Like, I'm not saying don't go do it. I'm just like wondering, like, hey, you know, we had no problem putting these stickers on pumps when Biden was around. Where's our America Firsters?
Yeah.
pinning the tail on the donkey here and like letting people know who did this on the gas pump.
Yeah.
Because I think we know, we just don't want to talk about it now.
Yeah,
So
you can blame your state all you want, but that's only increasing with whatever's going up anyway. And why the hell are we like so dependent upon foreign oil in the first place? All the environmentalists in California are basically like what kept it from going to your state like it should, instead of from a foreign source, but also, you know, thanks to the globalist policies. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see like everyone's worried about the dollar collapse, but like if that's the glue that holds everything together, like, which I think that's why BRICS is starting to come up, right? Is to try to cushion itself.
It's supposed to compete against the dollar. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's not what it is. Maybe it's to cushion against the coming storm, which is a global collapse that's tied to so much bullshit. That's why a war, like would a world war, if you were to start something like that, I guess would make sense. But is a distraction. Nobody gives a shit about the economy if bombs are dropping. Nobody does. If aliens are landing, nobody gives a shit about what's going on right there. Or the AI centers that we were talking about going up, or all these things that are coming up.
You wonder how many people are giving a shit. Who gives a shit?
I hope there's a lot. I do about that. But I mean, what little can I do other than to have a show like this to talk about it? Right? I mean,
This is it right
I
here.
hope
This
that
is
others
activism.
start to think about it a little bit, you know. But I'm also older. You know, like the people who fight wars are younger. The ones who do all this stuff are younger. You know. It is what it is.
It is kind of sad, you know. I'm really
I wish I
glad
was
that,
younger. You know,
so you could fight in the
if
military?
I had to. No, not in the military.
Not in
No,
the
I would.
military,
I
but
wanted.
some other.
No, just, you know. I wish I was a little younger for this kind of revolution or whatever people are talking about. I mean, but I guess I'm prepared mentally for whatever happens. I hope it's not negative. I hope.
When I was younger, I was dumber, and I don't know if young people are equipped to do much because I don't know. It seems like you don't know anything till you're 50, and then and then it's kind of too late because you can't do anything.
It is what it is. You know, I mean, what are we going to do? You know, I mean, all we can do is be passengers through events and hope that, pray for the, you know, expect the worst, but pray for the best, and try to pay attention as much as we can to like news and podcasts like this. You have Dark Manners podcast. Yeah. That's
correct. Right here, where you're hearing it for real. You might not be hearing it the first time, but you're hearing it for real time.
And we'll definitely steer you wrong. We'll steer you wrong. We'll steer the pot. Yes.
Stir the pot and steer you wrong. I don't know. I think we're steering people all right.
I think so.
I've given out plenty of ideas that people can riff off of in these past 2 hours. There's so many great ideas that like I feel like I need to trademark everything.
Indeed.
Before, like we need to pre-trademark my ideas before we come on this show.
Yeah, you shouldn't release it to the world. Yes. This is live,
like
buddy.
If you did that,
somebody out there.
You steal my idea, you have to credit the show. Or send us fucking Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, we could.
You
know? I mean, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever do ads on this show. No. So how do we go around that one? You know?
No,
I don't know about you people out there, but I'm tired of hearing about some sort of penis enlargement medication or mushroom coffee or something going on. We might make fake ads. We've done that in our past podcasts, but
yeah, fake ads are the best ads. Yeah.
Yes.
Try our mushroom fucking coffee, you crazy motherfuckers.
You fucking
hallucinate
bitch.
Balls. Yes. Yes. Coming out with an ODM mushroom coffee. It's gonna fucking open up a new dimension for you. And
it's like mocha java. It gets you up in the morning. It's got a small little hint of blueberry and some mint. It's made by the finest hands in all of Venezuela. We bring it up here for you, old-timey style.
Venezuela, where we fucking took out the president or whatever. Who did we take out? It was, I guess,
Nicolas Maduro.
Was that a president? What was he called?
They just went in there, discombobulated everybody, and got him and left. And they thought they were gonna.
Well, they did.
Do you think that the buffoonery we're seeing in this war is real, or do you think that it's done for a psychological aspect to it? I mean, is there more sinister motives to? We're just talking about coffee.
Mushroom coffee, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the benefit of taking out that president of Venezuela, so we can get our mushroom coffee shipments.
Yes, indeed. God damn it!
Hefty discount, yes. So, and then we can distribute it to you, and then we can say, yes, Trump got you this hallucinogenic mushroom coffee, and vote for him again to get more of it, right? Yeah.
Yes, you heard it here on the Of Dark Matters podcast.
Yeah. So, what were you saying before about? Is this buffoonery? Like the war buffoonery? Like, is it real war buffoonery? Like the Greenland, Cuba, Venezuela takeover stuff?
I mean, that seems strategic. I'm just talking about like what I'm hearing. I mean, there's a lot of anti-war sentiment that I've heard on one side that seem to be former like people that were like on his side that are feeling betrayed, and then the other side is all gung-ho like the last days, Book of Revelation, speaking in tongues. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this all like for show, or is this like for real? Or I mean, I don't know what I'm seeing. You know, we've talked about this stuff in the past. Like, there's just a lot of like, I mean, just like full on like, you know, like high velocity retard gladiator champion, like everything.
High velocity retard gladiator. Now there's a death metal song if I ever heard one. That's a death metal album. High velocity. High velocity retard gladiator champion. Hold on, gotta write this down. You gotta put this in. I gotta trademark this real quick.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Trademarking. I gotta write this down. Get out the notepad. Okay, what is it? High velocity retard gladiator. What? Champion? What?
Champion.
What was it?
Yeah.
Champion. Is it a championship or just a champion? Say,
champion. Yeah.
Champion. High velocity. And you thought sumo wrestling was the final boss. No. You haven't seen high velocity gladiator champions going at it. Well, yes. Getting this trademarked tonight, filling out the.
We're going to put out a comic
online.
book.
Yes. Get that animated on Grok.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So is it? Well, the speaking in tongues. We can't get enough of that. Perhaps we've been speaking in tongues this whole show. Yeah, it is weird that the Christian angle to it, and it is high velocity, and it is retarded, and it doesn't seem to stop either. Like, so that's the weird thing about the Christian aspect of it. Like, it is
everything feels like a death cult, man.
It's super death culty. Yeah.
I mean, every faction that we know, every sub-faction of different scenes was created on purpose as some sort of experiment to see if it work on us consumers, us sheep.
Yeah.
for the goy.
We really got to get Richie the Barber on as a guest. So if Richie the Barber is listening to us just yet, drop us a line. But I think he's high velocity, but only in the tattoo sense. I don't think he's death culty. So he's like the other high velocity retard gladiator champion that deserves a fair hearing on this show.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
We will give you a fair hearing. That's one thing we promise.
Definitely.
But,
so should we go ahead and end it, my brother?
Yeah, we could.
All right,
so many
we got
more ideas to think about for next week, though. Like, geez.
Yeah? Well, isn't it?
I'm all juiced now, yeah.
Yeah? What are we doing next week?
Well, I'm still stuck on the high velocity retard gladiator champion. And I feel that's what we're digging around for. To see like what arena or marketplace we're really working with here. And I think those five.
I think at a Walmart would work.
A Walmart arena.
Yes.
But yeah.
Like the parking lot. Yeah. It should be pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, Walmart parking lot. Yeah, I would pay for that. I would. I would. That would be something to see. Yep. We have a series of Yeah. So we have a lot of trademarkable things we could run with here. And I think that'll juice us up for the next show as far as like what's coming around and
should we go ahead and plug away?
Spin it and frame it. Yes, we should plug away. All right.
This is where we plug, where we shamelessly promote ourselves from the present to the past to the now, straight to you. You can find us in different locations. You can find us almost anywhere. But we'll go ahead and let Dr. Clutch plug away.
Yes. I'm going to plug the cutesy, kawaii anime penguin girl, Goo Goo Gaga. You might see her around on X.com. You probably already know what I'm talking about. There's another guy I would like to plug who's written a book called Hella Healthy. I found him just recently, and it's sort of like if you're tired of taking the 12 steps to cure yourself from alcoholism and you just want to do it through vitamins and proper nutrition. Apparently that book is your source, or one of the leading guides you can find out there. What else would I like to plug? I will plug my Substack. I did write another article. I've invented a Catwoman. Her name is Stripe. I wrote about her. There's an article about her at Dr.Clutch.substack.com. Do I have anything else going on? I can't think of anything else at the moment, but
all right,
more AI music for you and whatnot. What do you got, MoJoE?
All right. Hi, I'm MoJoE the Mad. I am your humble host of the Of Dark Matters podcast, which you can tune into here on YouTube and now on X. Yes, we are now on X.
Holy
Heck
shit!
Yeah, we are going places with X. Yes, and soon to be out of Facebook jail, June 6th. Yeah.
Ooh, June 6th.
Yes. So you can find us here 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Next week will be another regular show, and we hope that you tune in. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on X under the Of Dark Matters podcast. You can find me on Facebook under MoJoE the Mad, and on Substack under MoJoE the Mad, where you have some of our past podcasts.
Don't forget your Suno channel.
Oh yeah, I have a Suno channel too. Yes, if
you
wish to tune in there and listen to me prompt AI to make my own music, make music for me, then you can go there and see my humorous takes of different music. Apparently, Dr.Clutch is a big fan.
I am.
You can hear my music under MoJoE the Mad and the Drama Llama Ding Dongs on SoundCloud, and you can find music on YouTube as well. You can also find me under Please Stand By, which was Dr. Clutch and I's former podcast, where he was the host and I was the sidekick on that one. And then later on, you can find me under Reverb Nation, or a band that I did was Giria. Okay, and I've been on different compilations, whatever, blah blah blah. That's not the one thing. I'm done. I am done shamelessly promoting myself, but I do want to promote this show, and I want to thank Dr. Clutch. I want to thank South Osmond for being here, and I want to thank everyone that's tuning in to the show after post-recording, or those that were here. Thank you for being here. It meant a lot for me to have you here. Let's see here. We will continue on. Are we? We're going live together next Saturday, right?
That is the plan, as far as I
Yes.
know. Let me triple check. Yes, it looks like, oh my gosh, that'll be the 30th of May.
Yes.
There's 31 days in
30th
this
of
month.
May. Yes, 31 days of May. And then you'll be out of the office sometime in June, correct? For the
July.
going to Priest Lake, July. Okay.
Yep.
Well, heck yeah.
All of June.
We got coming up on the 30th. We have John Keel coming in, and that's an interview. That's going to be really interesting. He's a practitioner of Kabbalistic style magic and occultism and esotericism. He's an electrician, and he is a experiencers of UFOs. He has actual video evidence and photo evidence. Hopefully, he'll bring himself with that evidence to our show. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take us out. Y'all have a great week. Thanks for watching our show.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, Substack. I need 5 people on Substack. Please get me 5 people on Substack. Yeah, then we might be able to go live on Substack.
Yeah.
You know. All right, everybody. Thank you. Good night.
All of us here at the Of Dark Matters podcast would like to thank all of our listeners that tune in to us every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening and good night. This has been a production of MoJoE Mojito Production.